Folks, it's been a while, so I think it's due for an updates. I guess there's few things, so I'll cover that. Um, I don't know where should I begin, but yeah, I did receive my Bollinger Matchbox B2 last week. I haven't opened it yet, so I'll just leave it as it is. Maybe one day I meet Robert Bollinger. Maybe I will get sign off of or something. But so I know there's numerous number of people got some already. So I got from real collectors, but if anybody wants some, I think the best bet is try it on eBay. And the I'm not sure if anybody interested in Lucy, but the single motor version now got pushed off to August or the October, sorry. So it's coming days, starting next week, I guess, but probably toward the end. But there's no price update there. And here's the Detroit Conquerors event that the Bollinger team attended with their B1. So that's on the Hunter's Insta. Some food stuff. Let's see. I did post out the catalyst, so you guys can take a look at it. Obviously, some of the accomplishments are the validation design event went well, and there's orders from obviously British Airways, a couple of them, NYPA, Power Authority, same thing. There's a couple of them. The asset acquisition, and then I think the EPA cert on the MULN 3. So that's kind of the major one for the September. Let's see. More event stuff here posted. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw this guy, but he's updated. But Robert guy is calling some numbers, so I'm not sure the history of this guy, but we'll see. Interesting call out on the price action for rest of the year, and then be next year where the full production goes full swing. And then not sure if you've seen these, but this post is guy named Emilio. He was one that set up the part of the setup of the city field, but somehow now his Insta post got private and this was deleted. So I'm not sure if he got in trouble, but anyhow. And then Bawa, I guess, Bajwa, posted this pic here, and then if you look at the US dot version, and that's the US dot number, um, that points to the Bollinger. So this is heading out to the Bollinger customer somewhere. He wasn't able to confirm where they being routed to, but it's going out for customer trial. And then here's more pic of it, so you can guys take a look. Now, the battery is covered. Which is our next battery energy, right? The LFP batteries. So those are now covered. And this is just the validation of that US dot number with the US dot website. Just confirm that is actual the Bollinger. So just just kind of showing the proof that people to the people that this is actual Bollinger. And then here's the estimate of the Q3. I think I updated on this one as soon as we got the PO from 680,000 to 630,000. I think that's the actual number. So those three will be actual revenue so far from the announcement by MULN. So obviously that is estimate, and then this was interesting. So CNET just posted, this is on the September 24th, but NLM's pick or video was in the right in the front, so that was interesting to see. The scene I just posted was in September 24 about the last round delivery. And there's some news about the commercial pulse, and then obviously the EPA cert that was received, and this was the copy of the cert. Um, Good till the December of 24. So that's for the MULN 3. And then Warshaw and Bernstein, this is the law firm that we're presenting MULN, right? With those, the lawsuit, right? For those, the firms like TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, and others, National Services. So it will be interesting to see, but they're posting as well on their site more Bollinger stuff. And then on the was it 25th? What was the date? This was, yeah, I think a 20 something, I think is the date. So there is a 59 or 64 packages of 8 containers of being shipped. 9/22 is the actual date. And then there was about 54 packages, so 54, 64, and there's an additional one that show up today. So these are the frame parts for MULN 3, I believe that's what it is. So their supply chain is working. They're constantly filling the pipe. So they're good to see that these parts are coming in. And then this is just a Lucid motor, the single motor version variations got pushed out to the October. No announcement on the price yet. And Modern Works Truck Solution, just doing some cover on the MULN telemetric solution, which is MULN Commercial Pulse. And I guess this guy, eventually Corey, he used to be at Munro Associate, I think. Now he's starting at midsize engineer, chief engineer. So that's good to hear that they're starting to do some midsize investment in the midsize sector, which is about 50,000, in that Model Y type of market. So we'll see. More MULN stuff here. Some service technician being hired in the Troy office. And then finally, the last week, I believe, I think Monday was it posted, 26. Now MULN is on the IRS, so that's officially all done deal. So that's good to see progress being made. Now we just need to wait on the EPA site because it doesn't really list on the EPA site yet. So let's see what else. I got more updates. Tours, I think yesterday I got some more updates, so we'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah, there was some misfiling on the 13F. Some of the YouTube guys are posting about there was 13F file that about 12 million, but that was actually false. It was filed on the different CUSIP. Someone just didn't update the filing in on the Fintel site, so it was reporting in the wrong ticker. So that was just the explanation. So anytime there is 13G filing or 13D, I think the best bet is check directly on the SEC site rather than Fintel, because they do make mistake quite often. So just FYI. Lucid motor opening Saudi Arabia, so that was fast. And then the Bollinger B4, so now they have options. So for ADAS, they'll be using Mobileye Advanced Drive Assistance. Some of the features of forward collision warning, pedestrian cyclist warning, lane departure warning, headway monitoring, and the speed limit indicator with some hydraulics. So I'm not sure exactly what this is going to use for, but they do have different color options. The white is standard, but there's some other options, I think. So I think the black. And I think that's what we know, but I don't know what other custom color option. But the white is standard, the black and other colors are optional, additional costs. So that's the interesting updates from Bollinger. Mobile using mobile eye. And you've seen it, CEO updates, pre all stuff, just recap of the stuff in the Q2. Talk about Peter at the Saudi, which is good. And then the mobile MULN Vehicle Center now has MULN 3 there. And then there's documentation is got also updated as well. And quality specialist, Thomas guy, this guy is out of Indiana. So I don't know what's going on there, and there's been no updates, but and they hire quite a few folks for empty facility that has no activity. But I'm sure there's something going on, but we just don't see it from outside. So hopefully they'll have some updates soon. Let's see. Yeah, and this is the new pages show up on the MULN site. So fleet account code, um, and this can be entered by the Randy Marion is only listed company that we know, but otherwise it can be filled by the company themselves or the behalf by the fleet management company or leasing company like MGT. But this is, I think, just to get the code and to get a discount on the next deal. So I think when I search it, the fleet account code is really managed by each of those companies. So it's not something that's centrally managed by some firm or government entities managed by a company, so they can give proper discount and things like that. So I think that's more for that use than anything else. More B4 stuff. And Brad, these guys are the one that's running the events, right? The tour. So one interesting comment is about 4 vehicles, soon to be 5, right? So we know MULN 1, MULN 3, MULN 5's been there, right? Now the GT. So only missing lineup from this is the fifth one, which is RS. So hopefully the RS will be shown later this event or the tour events. So just was just talking about their whole team, how successful the events is. So we'll see if the RS actually shows up on the next few events. And then there's another page that showed up on the upfitting page. So this is all the safety stuff, right? Which I put a link on some of the website. And then here's another page which is upfittable and talks about the classic body upfitting for the MULN 3. For the MULN 1 is coming soon. That other document is that safety stuff. And this is the guy, and here is the MULN 1, MULN 3, and then here's a link to the outfitting, so you can take a look at that. So things are moving in the right direction. Obviously, without outfitting, this MULN 3 cannot really be used versus MULN 1. You can dump anything in there, but because of ban, but MULN 3 is actually needs a fitting, whether it's large cargo to to different type of work truck solution, right? That you might have seen. And then there's also the owner's manual, right? That was also published as well in the Vehicle Center. So that's all good sign. And then there is a couple of production lead and technician signed up or the hire in for the September. So Daniel, Landon, these guys are all looked like coming from Romeo Power. So which means they're potentially looking to do some battery pack production. I know I'll cover in later posts on the Q4 on the MULN 1 testing, so we'll just address that a little bit later on the other posts. But for the Bollinger front, there was a couple of new partners been added. Air Industries for refrigerant routings. So I'm not sure what that means, but you can actually go to their site and actually see what they do. And then there's Mevotech that does the components. So this is another partner that just got listed as well. And then another hire, I think this is the fourth hire for Romeo Power. So he comes from Romeo and he obviously worked with NKLA or Nikola, but mostly in the battery pack. So they just hired this guy, started in September with the Romeo acquisition. And by looking at this timeline, right? So this is coming from April, but if you look at the actual post, right? The MULN 1 with the solid state polymer. This is from LGG, which is licensed from China. So this will increase from current CATL batteries rated at 110 miles to more than 200 miles in single charge. So it will be interesting to see. But this says Q4 starting. So along with this post and then obviously Romeo acquisition and all this hiring rights for production battery all out of California, hopefully means something, meaning that they are ready to produce the battery packs. And then we haven't really seen the MULN 1 EPA. So, my thought is really gearing towards the polymer and have that done with EPA testing rather than traditional CATL. So I think that's my gut feeling says, but we'll see. I mean, there it was still concerned about batteries and things like that. But if you look at, see, did I show you that earlier? No, maybe skipped it. Let me go back and let's see. So if you look at the model, right? So they're skipping 2023 and they're putting a label at 2024, both for MULN and MULN 3s. So that tells me that they're launching towards 2024, and I'm just hoping this will be the case, but they haven't done the EPA tests, or maybe they're in process of, don't know. But I think one of the reason they're waiting is get these testing done with polymer, and then with the polymer test with the EPA with the polymer battery and release that way. Now that 110 to 200 mile with similar battery pack size, I think 41 kilowatt is what the current CATL battery is rated at, and that will give plenty of range, right? And maybe can cover wider range of application in terms of the verticals, right? Can play on. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully they ramp up real soon, and that opens up a lot of door, and especially on the loan side of things with the DOE. So That's best case, so we'll see. And then I seen first Fisker Ocean on the road today, so that was interesting. And then our friend Kenneth, he's actually at Tunica or living in that area of Mississippi. So he actually got me a copy of the Tunica plant, the picture. So there's about 10 MULN 3 parked right outside the Tunica plant, and a little over a dozen of MULN 1s parked. So hopefully, these are not net new, and hopefully 10 has already been delivered, which announced last Thursday, right? um, and this, hopefully this is net new, but I could be wrong, but who knows. So that's kind of updates. And then here's the tracking with the additional the frames coming in. I did track by the tires as well. I'll put estimate number of the Q3 revenue. So that's just estimate. So we'll see. Probably will hear from David on the updated number towards October, mid October, if not late October. So we'll see. But I think that's it. So hopefully that is good info for you guys. And again, I've been out for work week, and I've been out sick, so there's been gap there. But if there's anything exciting, I'll try to cover more often, I guess. Right. Thanks for listening. Thanks. Bye bye.